Greetings, viewers. This is A Vision Entertainment Spotlight Sessions once again. This man is straight out of Philadelphia, a city renowned for its rich musical heritage and powerful storytelling tradition in hip hop. Comes the versatile artist known as P. Shaw, operating as a musician, producer, sound engineer, and performing artist. P. Shaw is he's carving a niche for himself that reflects the dynamic energy. His hometown known online a handle at the King of Philly R&B. Please welcome P. Shaw. What's going on, brother? How you feeling?
I'm wonderful, man. Thank y'all so much for having me. Shout out to Tommy Walker for having me on the A Vision show, man. It's a blessing. How is everybody?
A pleasure, baby. Thank you for that, man. I'm
Yes.
good. I reached out to you because, of course, I know of you from doing great shows, and I was at a few of your shows anyway. So I said I gotta, get you onto the show so we can talk.
Thank you, man. Thank
You
you.
know,
Appreciate it.
yeah. And just for the viewers, man, we both from Philly. So
Yes.
how for you, how has growing up in Philly, a city with such a rich hip hop and soul history, from Schoolie D to the Roots to the Philly soul sound, influenced your music and artistic identity?
Eddie Riley. We gotta remember Philly International. All of the legends. My uncle Keith Pelzer, who did a lot of work with Floetry,
That's
and
right.
Bill Scott. So
That's right.
it's an A-list city. It's an A-list city that we very rarely get the credit that we are just due when it comes to musically inclined people. Motown was generated and had a lot of heritage from Philly. So it's it's the energy and the spirit that when you're born in Philly, you kind of get
Right.
something, some kind of rhythm, some kind of dancing, either singing, rapping, playing an instrument.
Right.
Something is going to touch you when it comes to music. Just the ancestors dwell here, along with
Right.
a few other cities known. But I love my city, man. I love being born and bred from Philly.
Right.
What it has made me. The lessons it has taught me in life, and my character development from the lessons again
That's
that
right.
I spent 35. I'm sorry, I just moved to the outskirts, moved my family out. So
Okay.
um
Okay.
about 30 plus years I spent in Philadelphia, man.
Well,
Elementary to middle school to high school, graduation, my doctors. I was born there. I feel like Cassidy now. Like everything you know about evolving and growing up in life, I've
right.
experienced that in the city of Philadelphia. So that's my city
City.
forever. That's my city.
But coming to Philly, like I said, you got to strap your boots up because living here, you're gonna go through some things, and as you go through it, it helps you along the way to be who you are today. You know, your phone just froze again.
Then we froze up again, Tommy.
Yeah, it
There we
froze
go.
again.
We bounced
Yeah,
back. Oh, there we go.
yeah. What I was saying was coming from Philly, you got to strap up your boots, man, because now in Philly you're gonna learn some things, and it's gonna teach you some things and build
Yeah.
you to who you are. You know what I mean? So
Yes, sir.
that's definitely gonna happen for you. So let's get into, like, where did the artist name come from, P. Shaw? What significance does it hold for you?
Well, my name is James Pattershaw. My last name is Pattershaw.
Okay, Patty Shaw.
When I was coming up in school, the teachers, the counselors, all of them used to say, "Mr. Pattershaw, call me Mr. Pattershaw." And then
Yeah,
some of my good friends, shout out to LH, um, and a few friends that I grew up with from Southwest Philly, they used to call me P Shaw. They abbreviated it and started calling me P Shaw.
P. Shaw.
So I kind of held that name, an abbreviation again of my last name since I was a baby boy coming up. So P Shaw is definitely authentic. It's genuine. It's me.
Yeah,
And I've taken that and branded not only the family name, the family business, our YouTube, and everything like that. But P Shaw is, the company P Shaw Productions.
right,
So when I
right.
branded P Shaw Productions in 2003, it was just about making sure I left the legacy and carried the name that I was, blessed with.
Okay. So that's how it all happened for you. you
Yes,
know,
sir.
and, and now you definitely carry that, and it's a brand now. P. Shaw
Yes,
is a
sir.
brand.
Yes,
That's
sir.
dope, brother. That's
Branded
dope.
product, monetized, the whole
Right.
nine. Yes, sir.
That's right. That's dope. That's dope. Your album titles include "The King of Philly R&B" and "Philly's Living Legend." Can you elaborate on the inspiration behind these titles and what they mean to you in the context of the city's music landscape?
Well, because I didn't give them to myself, um,
Oh, okay.
they mean the ultimate most, especially to not only my self-esteem, but my heart and my gratitude for my city. Both of those titles would have gradually and authentically come from the city, from whether it was a promoter or situations that has happened, um, genuinely that has bred the branding of such. And I'm like, okay, what? Stop calling me the king. Stop, man. You gotta own that. You gotta own that. You're the one that's on the most. You got songs with every artist in the city, and you gotta own that. So growing into accepting again the titles that they've given me, I appreciate it ultimately because I again didn't give them to myself. You know what I mean? So again, appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all greatly.
Yeah, yeah, you're welcome, brother. You also had to recognize and realize that you're very humble. So the King of Philly, you didn't want to kind of take it there, but they told you, no, you got to take that. You own it.
Yeah,
So you
yeah,
actually just took it on,
yeah.
realizing I was on a lot of songs. I am killing stuff around here. So yeah, but actually you had to take it like that. You know what I mean? Because
Right, right, right.
it's good, it's great being humble, but some people can see some things in you that make you come out of that a little bit like, wow, let me go ahead and give myself a pat on the back. Just something
Yeah,
like that. So that
and it,
name
and it
can. Mhm.
sometimes it benefits as well. You try to hold back your own potential because of your
That's right.
humbleness, and when you got people like yourself, Tommy, and some of my strongest supporters that pushed and
Yeah,
told me to own up to some of the greatness, it's
right.
when I started to see some doors open. And
That's
again,
right.
while I'm sitting here having this conversation with you, so
That's right.
sometimes we do have to relieve, not of being humble, but of not accepting things that people put on us when they see
Right.
greater things. And yes, sir.
That's right. That's right. You're right about that, man. When you think about hip hop, right, and today's world, what are your views on the current state of rap in Philly, and what sets it apart from other major cities?
Well, I'm big on, as you will hear me say a lot at this interview, authenticity and genuineness.
Genuineness.
Yeah, genuosity, or just being yourself.
Okay.
And what Philly has to offer, although it's a lot of potential struggle and leeway, doors to break through.
Mhm.
It calls you to reflect on who you are, uh, what you're made of, and what it's going to take to get to the goal according to the obstacles that Philly will present to you. So I would say that when you put that in lyrical form, it's an amazing thing because I've worked with, again, some of the A-list elite artists, such as Beanie Siegel,
That's right.
Ness,
That's right.
Cicero, Emilio Sparks.
Right.
You name them. I've touched and had the opportunity to sit and see these creatives actually create from the soul core of them, and knowing where some of these stories come from, where some of the energy of the presence of them delivering what they're saying is
Right.
really authentic and genuine. Having some of those same experiences is like you understand the difference between mumble and something that they're just trying to sell for the
Yeah.
media or the market
Yeah.
or for the industry, and
Right.
something that's authentic and that's coming really from the heart and from the soul. So that I appreciate from my city when it comes to the lyricists, understanding that there's still real rap out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Real
Yeah.
recognized real, and it's
Right.
still real rap out here. So
That's right. Well, you just named a few people, right, that you actually did songs with.
yes,
Can you
sir.
can you also just name your top five artists of Philly right now?
Oh, right now, Meek,
Okay, that's one.
um, Shank Prezi,
Okay,
um, Ines,
that's all right. Okay,
um, Let me see.
You gotta
You
have
put
one
me on the
person.
spot because I work with so many. God, I work with so many people.
You have, and this is why I threw it out there because you got a whole catalog with people, man.
Yeah, yeah. You said if I would I gave you three. Let me
Yeah,
see.
yeah. Give me three. You got to have this one
Moss.
person I'm thinking about.
I, I say Moss.
Mars. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You got one more to go.
I got a few more. I just got to. You said five. I could pick 20, but you said five, so I got to make sure I'm careful
Yeah.
of Cassidy. Okay, there you go.
Okay,
Cassidy when it
Cassidy.
comes
All
to
right.
rap.
All right.
Yeah,
See, and I know you have more, but these are people
yeah,
you had to actually think about quick because you got so many
yeah.
that to choose
'Cause,
from.
I got people like Gills, that Gilly the kid that I did songs
Yeah,
with, and
yeah,
so I
yeah,
could keep it running. It's just like when you say your top five, that's active and doing things that people
yeah.
could notarize. It's a slew of underground aspiring artists that
It is.
deserve to be paid, have a deal, be in the industry, somebody's some because they're great. They're great artists. But when we talk about solidified people that has dropped music, have product, solidified, then I had to really think about those that had that notoriety. That's all.
That's right. And I know it's hard because we have some MCs in Philly. We do. We
Yeah,
had a bunch of
yeah,
them, you know.
yeah.
When I think about your style, how do you describe your unique sound, especially given the blend of R&B elements suggested by some of your work? And how do you develop it?
Well, I'm a church
How
kid.
did you develop it? Yeah.
I'm a church boy at heart. Um,
Okay.
I'm a musician first. So
Okay.
I play the drums for my church. As y'all can see, if you tune into my Instagram, I'm not ashamed of it. I'm on there every Sunday live, banging
Yeah.
on the drums, right? So with having musicians around and in my life for so long, singers that's always affiliated with the choir or the band,
Yeah.
and then
You froze up again. You froze up. Yeah, yeah, you froze.
you start talking about God, they don't want you to talk about God too much, man.
The devil come and
No,
shut it
but
down.
that is definitely a stone etched in stone background upbringing of mine.
Okay.
So with having, like I said, choirs attached to the band and being a musician, that started the breeding of my musical aspiration.
Okay.
From there, I love computers and programming. So coming up through school, I studied programming, computer programming with Cisco Academy, and taking my love of music and then my now theory and learning 101 of computers, I blended them together, which created the producer that you all know. Um, Now when it comes to singing, I have to thank my brother and a few people that I was coming up with, working with computers when I started my production journey. He would try to do stuff when I was recording them vocally. And I was like, man, just let me do it. That don't sound right. So eventually doing virtually all of his hooks, he pushed me and said, Naughty Nuclear, is who I'm speaking of. He
Yeah.
pushed me and said, man, just do an album on your own. I think I was about 16, 15 years old.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I tried. I got together with DJ Storm, also known as Category 5, and he managed me for a while at the moment with Diamond Rush Records
Diamond Rush.
and
Okay.
Diamond Rush, yeah. And we took off, man. Some big things happened. Um, um, yeah, and I got my first deal at 18 with
Wow.
Atlantic Records for production.
Okay.
And then again at 23 with IMG and Universal Records with Flow Rider.
Wow.
And then I took off and went on tour with Jodeci and um Flo Rida, wrote some songs because of him for Janet Jackson. I
Wow.
had some
Okay.
movie scores and from there just being locked into the industry, opportunities started to come. And I just made sure I
Okay.
was in the right place in the right meetings.
the right meeting.
Um, had my ears open, listening more than I was talking, so that
Mm-hmm.
when it was time to speak, I knew that of which I was talking about, one,
Yeah,
and then how to execute whatever it is that was on the table to get done. So that
that's right.
places you in a seniority position as well. And God, keep God first.
That's right.
It's
That's right.
unlimited to what can happen. You know what I mean? So
That's right.
I'm here now, man. I'm here now
Yeah,
with
that's
developing.
right. You doing your thing.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Peace
right.
Shop Productions forced me to learn so much when it came to the music industry because
Wow.
you need so much as being an artist. You need videographers. You need
That's right. That's right.
engineers to record your music. You need
That's right. That's right.
sometimes if you can't write writers. And think editors and things of that nature,
Yeah.
AR, publicists, people to make the phone calls for
That's
you,
right.
to seal the,
That's right. That's right.
and when those things fall through on an independent person, let's say artist,
That's
it
right.
forces you to learn these things yourself. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Especially
That's
if
right.
you're not a quitter and you don't want to give up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you
You-
become an all around knowledgeable music guru in a way
That's right.
because
That's
of
right.
how much you had to learn along your journey. So appreciate the journey. That's why they say trust the journey, trust
Trust it.
the process, because you
Trust it.
gain more from the process rather than just jumping from I want to start the day and now I'm at the end. You know, you can't value or appreciate anything because your wisdom hasn't
That's right.
evolved. You know what I'm
That's right.
saying?
That's right.
Less
That's right.
experience warrants less wisdom. So
That's right.
go
That's
through
right.
what you got to go through,
Hmm.
appreciate what God has given you. Use the gift because He said your gifts will make way. And
That's
once I
right.
understood that as a child, I stood on that. I stood 10 toes on that. You know what I'm saying?
That's
And
right.
when everything else fell in the city of Philly because it's so rough sometimes, what God gave you is all you got to stand on, and that was my blessing in a lot of ways that I stood on my gifts,
Wow.
and here I
Wow.
am. Here I am
And,
today, Tommy.
and there you go. And all of that got you where you are today.
Yes, sir.
Standing on your gifts and going for it. Like you said,
Yes,
it's
sir.
this is blood, sweat, and tears right here. Like,
Yeah, man.
sometimes you find yourself doing it alone. But
Yeah,
but
yeah,
after you come out of that, you don't owe nobody nothing. You know what I mean?
exactly. And that feels good. That's
That's
self-justifiable, you
that's
know?
right. That's right. Wow,
It's
man.
self-justifiable.
What has been the most memorable moment of your career so far, or your favorite venue to perform at in Philly?
Okay, my most memorable moment, that's the easy one. Making a big enough check using my gifts to move my family out of Philly.
Wow, that's always great. That's what I'm talking about.
I know that could be a double entendre and sound sometimes negative because I love my city and rep my city so much. But I wouldn't choose to allow my children to go through some of the things that the city presented me with.
That's right.
So
That's right.
my biggest accomplishment is standing firm to my goal of when I make enough, I'm gonna
Right.
move my legacy and my heritage out of the city. Yeah,
Yeah,
so that's my
that's
biggest
that's
goal.
wonderful. That's a good thing. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
You've been
Yes,
here
sir.
35. You said you stay here 35, 36
Yes,
years.
sir.
Why
Yes,
not
sir.
go out and explore with your kids and your family something new? See something
Yeah.
different.
And I still come back. We got a show in January in
That's right.
Philly. We
Yeah.
got, I still come back and rep. Look, I got a
Yeah.
Phillies hat on right now. I still
Listen,
rep the
yeah.
city, baby.
Yeah, you can always come back. That is cool. But then you got to jump on that highway after you
Yeah,
finish shaking hands and all that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's like
yeah,
it's a new start for you. That's wonderful. There's nothing wrong
yeah.
with that.
And it's paying off. It's paying off. My kids are doing
That's right.
well. They got their own
That's right.
careers and branding starting so early because of what I know and what I applied to. So it's definitely it was worth it. It was well worth it, Tommy, for sure.
Wow, and I know for sure. I know where you at with that one.
Yes,
Like I
sir.
said, this is a grind, and it keeps going. The grind don't stop. You got to keep going.
Yeah,
Because now you're gonna get better and better, new levels. So you
yes,
know how
sir.
that go.
Yes, sir. With a
So
heart to keep growing and inspiring, he
that's
always
right. That's
presents
right.
bigger and better things. So I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet, y'all. Y'all got a lot more to see. Y'all gonna be sick of me.
That's how you got to look at that. Yeah, you tell them you're gonna be
Right.
sick of my face. I'm gonna always be doing something.
Yeah,
climbing up. Mike.
yeah,
Many of us we argue about authenticity in rap. A lot of
yes,
people,
sir.
nah, he ain't real. He fake and all that. What does being real in the music industry mean to you? And is it a standard you actively pursue or reject?
It's a standard I actively pursue,
Okay.
but what it means to me in the industry is hit or miss. Um, because I understand the industry. Smoke
Yeah,
and mirrors all the way. It's
yeah,
it's entertainment. It's just that.
yeah,
Any
yeah.
actor you see that's your favorite actor is portraying
That's right.
something else. It's not. You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
So once you understand the industry, and sometimes artists, a lot of the artists that's their biggest and favorite artists, some of the stories that they telling in their songs is portraying something or
Somebody
someone
else.
else.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? So
That's
so
right.
you
Yeah.
can't take too literal authenticity when it comes to entertainment. Um, but as an individual, when it comes to who you are and what you put, the messages that you
Message.
put
That's
in your
right.
music,
That's right.
that means the utmost to me because I chase and stand on authenticity when it comes to portraying a message to another individual.
There you go.
And it's not just entertainment. At that point, it could be considered so many things, prophecies, mantras, um, lessons learned. And you can I don't want to be held accountable for steering somebody down the wrong path, teaching them
That's right.
or falsehood when it comes to them listening to me to really retain and react instead of
Yeah.
just being entertained. So again, when you understand the difference, the thick line between the differences, you operate accordingly. If that answered your question.
Yeah. You broke it down.
Okay.
You get in details. You actually want people to know exactly. I'm gonna give you this piece, that piece. I'm gonna put it all together.
Yeah.
That's what you
I
do.
never want to be misunderstood
That's
or
right.
like, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I think that's off of the authenticity too. It's like you never got to guess with this bull, especially if you talk to him. He
That's
gonna
right.
tell you.
That's right. That's right. See, there you go.
You know?
Wow. And just piggyback off the same thing we talked about almost, but a little similar. Do you believe music is a reflection of an artist's true self?
I do. I
Okay.
do. Especially if they stand on the morals of relaying a message through their music. I do.
Okay. Wow. Wow. All right. Because I watched you, man. You all over YouTube, social media. What and I don't want to just single anybody out, but everyone who you came in contact with of doing a song, collaborating. Who was if you can think, who was one of your favorite collaborations you've done? You had a collaboration with. Who was that favorite person? Because there's somebody that always stand out. I'm like, wow, I had a good time, man, with this person,
Beanie
man.
Siegel.
Benny, yeah, see, I know it was always somebody. Okay, okay, with Beans,
I got a
Beans is a
story
legend.
about beans too. That's probably for I got a crazy story about beans, and that's,
You want
that's
to
for
break it
another
down?
time. But
Oh
Beanie
yeah,
Siegel, Beanie Siegel would have to be, and okay, I can give you my reasons why too, because it's two that would go neck and neck. It would be one that I did drop down with my siblings, my little brothers, and Beanie Siegel. And I say that for two reasons. When I did it with Beans, because he was who he drawed out everybody I knew. So it felt like a big party, right? And
okay.
everybody was so excited and the energy that was illuminating off of all of my peers that I'm normally around all the time. The energy that I felt from each and every one of them was like, oh, this is alien. This is some like everybody turned up to a level, a Super Saiyan level I ain't experienced before. This, you know what I'm saying? It
Wow.
gave you an aura of this is unreal. It was surreal. So along with us recording and doing shooting the video and let alone Beans, because we got a relationship, him being there, the energy that we drew from the ones that participated
Okay.
really was a core memory to me. It really
Okay.
was a core memory. And the second reason I say a song that I did with my siblings is just that we drew a lot of people out. That was my first major directing, like, because I like to shoot movies. I be in my Michael Jackson bag. I don't like to just do videos. So I write a script and then we
Yeah.
act out the script. And
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
what I'm saying, we
Yeah.
do some performance shots with the song
So
so the acting parts always be big to me because
okay.
you have to see that vision through, right?
Mhm.
Um, and I was able to get about 30 people or so together to shoot a really, really dope scene to one of my videos that I had featured my little brothers on. So that meant a lot to me too. That
Bro,
meant a
that
lot
did.
to me. I'm sorry, I'm an emotional kid, man. My heart is big. I still got a big heart. Like
No,
I get on
we
here talking
talk.
like, man, you can't let people just. But
No, we hey, listen, man. We
things
talking,
mean,
brother.
to me, like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
cool. You're
I'm
not
just
missing, man.
reminiscing. I'm thinking about them now. That was really dope moments to me. Like y'all can go look them up. One of them is called Drop Down on YouTube. The other one is with Beanie Siegel. Let me in with Beanie Siegel.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
asked and you told me. I wanted to know, and you came out and told me everything. So there's nothing wrong
yes
with
sir,
that, bro. That was dope, man.
yes
So
sir.
listen, are there any artists you would like to work with that you hadn't yet?
Reed Dollars.
Reed. Shout out to Reed
I've been
Dollars.
calling you Reed. And then this is musically. Um, This no 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 Oskino. I've been reaching out to
Oskino, yeah.
Oskino. I'm like,
Shout out
hey,
to Oz.
Val Goys, I'm all on your Instagram, everything. We done did shows together where he hosted for me. We don't have no
Shout out
music
to O.
together. Right, right.
Yeah.
So, it's a few out there that I would love to. Cassidy. Me and Cassidy don't have nothing together yet.
Wow, I'm
Not
surprised
a
y'all ain't.
song. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Not a song yet. So these are a few people that because we're from the same city and I love my city and I love them,
yeah,
they legends to me and I love they music. Um, I love the energy, the realism. They like my respect for, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I
yeah.
would love to have something on wax and to get in the booth to say, I got
That's
something
right.
with that legend. You know what I'm
That's right.
saying?
Yeah, because
Because the city looks at me and reveres me as such, I would like to stay in the same boat. Like, okay, well then he did things with people that we look that's in the same caliber as
that's
him.
right.
So that's a goal of mine, it's a bucket list. To make sure I
Wow.
get all the legends on a song with your boy before, it's all said and done.
Well, it will happen. You know how to do. Just keep
Yes, sir.
flooding, reaching out, reaching
Yes,
out.
sir.
It'll definitely happen. Because if
Yes,
you
sir.
look back at what you've already done, you done made history, man. You know what I mean? So
Thank you,
it's
bro.
nothing to reach out to other people at all. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. You
Yes,
know,
sir.
you are a versatile artist, a musician, producer, and engineer. How do these different roles intertwine in your creative process?
They help me when the theory of each department is needed according to the project that we're doing.
Okay.
So if I'm making beats, then my musicianship helps me complete that piece of instrumental.
Yeah.
If I'm recording or in my audio recording bag, then my skill of writing lyrics and studio recording helps me get the process of recording vocals over the instrumental done.
Okay.
Um, and so on and so forth. If we're shooting a video, same theory. If we're performing on stage, um, same theory. And if I'm performing on stage playing the instrument is totally different than performing on stage being a musical artist or a
Yeah.
vocal artist.
Cool.
And if you understand both aspects, you know what position to play when you're playing that position.
That's
So it helped me perfect each department of skill set that I have. Yes, sir.
Differently.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Can we? Let's. I want to talk about Shawshank Redemption 2, right?
Yes, sir.
I want you to just walk me through that studio session. Tell me, how did you actually? I know it's from the film, but I want to know, how did you actually come up with that? And walk me through the session, man. Anything you remember about that? Any good moments about that session?
A lot of them memorable. I was with my good brother, Shank the Prezi, who you all well know now with URL, the Battle Academy,
Okay.
Gas Gang, all of the brands that he took on his back and ran with. But yeah, Shank the Prezi is a good, not only friend but brother of mine. And coming up, cultivating our gifts, we did a lot of studio time together, like just recording each other, making songs, writing songs, dropping music.
Yeah,
And when you're an artist, there's a lot of music that you don't release
that's
even
right.
when you get to the point of releasing music. So he actually was the mastermind behind a lot of the creative visual
Yeah.
marketing process to it.
Okay.
He remembered the movie Shawshank, and
Shawshank.
because my name is Shaw P. Shaw and his name is Shank the Prezi,
Bang
he
on.
said, "Yo, remember the movie? Let's redo the cover to the movie, the
Okay.
album." So that kind of
Uh,
became a movement,
okay.
um, with a batch of songs that we started to make sense as we
Okay.
start putting the body together. We released one. And
Wow.
then before you knew it, we had a Shawshank 2, the sequel that was coming out. And again, it's just because we had ample time. We had each other, no bromo, pause, but we had each other in time, the
Yeah.
equipment. We was younger, a little bit younger, so we had less kids.
At the time,
And
yeah. Less kids.
yeah, yeah,
So it
yeah.
was more. It was more
So
you can do.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly. And more
Yeah.
time to brainstorm and walk through the process of getting two great albums done. And two great
Yeah.
albums that I wish we could have done more with budget wise, but when you're independent, you can only expect for so much. So we did as much as we could with what we had, you know what I'm saying? And it turned out to be phenomenal. So that was Shawshank. That was Shawshank 1 and 2, which
Wow.
is out right now still.
Yeah. It's out.
Y'all can
It's
go
out
check
now.
that out.
Yeah.
All streaming platforms. Yep, you can go check it out.
But that's not it though. You have a consistent release schedule with albums like, I can't pronounce this word. Help me out with this. Vows of Basat.
Basat. Basat. Yes, sir.
Basat. Okay. Okay. You have that. Of course, Shawshank 1 and 2, and War
Yeah.
Report. War Poet. That was
War Poet.
2023. War Poet.
Yes, sir. Yes,
What what
sir.
what drives this prolific output, like, to make you keep putting out music? Like, what drives you to do that?
God hasn't taken away my gift to be creative, and I love it.
Let's go. So,
Not only love that he hasn't taken or stifled my gift, but I love the fact that I can be creative. I can do this.
yeah,
I'm really good at this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it's a difference when you're trying something and when you can't sleep because it's burning in your bones and it's like the song I gotta get out. And then when you do the song, the lady down the street, Miss Martha, cries because she heard the song and she said,
yeah, yeah,
That's what I
yeah.
needed, man. And it's like when you start having
Right.
these effects,
That's right.
God lets you know through signs and wonders, I'm doing something through you and I've caused you to be really good at it.
Hmm.
So keep your humbleness, but use it or I'm gonna take it away. So I've gotten to the point that I'm not gonna stop using this gift until God is done using me.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Real talk.
That's
Real
right.
talk,
That's
brother.
real talk. You're right. You're right. And also the singles, man. We got to talk about. Can you walk us through the creative process for one of your notable tracks, such as "Simple Things" or "Do Me That Way," featuring Michael Taban? What?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Want to talk about that?
Singles come from the effect that we get, like Miss Martha I just spoke about. Because you never know, a lot of artists make music and their favorite song might not be the favorite song of the masses. You
Yeah.
got different ears.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I create just to create, and I never know what's going to make it to the list of release or not. And sometimes the process of us picking a single sometimes come from listening parties or different things of that nature. We just get
Yeah.
opinions from people that we trust, and certain reactions
Mhm.
warrant certain responses.
That's
And
right.
depending on the reaction that we get from a certain song would determine if that's a single or not.
Wow.
Um,
Okay. Okay.
with simple things, it was the message behind it, um, and the promotion and the support that we got would
Mhm.
do me that way. It was just me and Mike, and again the response that we got behind him transitioning from what he was doing to now doing some notable pop music
Okay.
that was launching his career as a musical artist. So they had
Okay.
two different launch pads and reasons thereof, but you know, it
Yeah.
was notable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. Yeah, because you pushing them out and you doing things, man, constantly. It's like you said, you're not gonna ever stop seeing me. I'm gonna keep going and
Yeah.
going, like you said
Yeah.
earlier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow. Are there any specific themes or messages you consistently aim to convey in your lyrics across various projects? Like, is it a theme or message that you kind of consistently aim to convey?
Operate off of love first.
Okay.
A lot of people say that's soft, but mm,
No, it's
I'm
just
one of the most rugged. I know I look clean, but I like the bush. I like go
yeah,
hunting
yeah,
to the range. And I
mhm,
cut like I'll slaughter my meat before you know what I'm saying stuff like that.
mhm.
So I'm one of the most rugged bush kids that there is, but love first.
That's right.
That's why God made us. And with that, you can melt the heart of a bear if you operating off of love. You
That's
know what I'm
right.
saying? So and that bear will go get you some honey from the tree that you can't climb if you're
That's right.
hungry and starving in the woods. So you got to understand your surroundings, understand who you're around, and
Mhm.
and and the purpose for them being around, and operate off of genuosity,
That's right.
um, and authenticity and love. That's what I try
Authenticity.
putting on my music. That love is not corny. It's not gone. It's
That's
not
right.
and it's for everybody. It's for your brother. It's for your kids, your kin. It's for your wife, your woman, your girlfriend, your parents. It's for your creator. Love. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's
That's
it,
right.
bro. Just love, man. Love yourself. If you love yourself, you'll
First.
treat yourself better. You'll eat the right
That's
things.
right.
You'll
First.
dress better. You'll feel better. You'll wake up and feel like purpose. I got
That's right.
love yourself first. You know what I'm saying? Just
First.
love, bro.
First
Just
and
love.
foremost. That's right. First and foremost. You're right about that. If you can change anything about the music industry to make it better, what would it be?
Okay,
Anything.
I won't go too deep. Gatekeeping.
Gatekeeper.
Those that are good and gifted, give them a chance.
There you go.
Please stop making it about politics, propaganda, pedophilia, and
That's right.
anything else that goes
That's right.
along with it.
That's right.
Those that are genuinely gifted, give them a chance. That's it.
That's right.
And be fair. Be fair and be honest.
So those are definitely some of the things you'll change.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Be fair,
Yeah.
be honest. That's right. You're right. And we got to talk about collabs. I mean, and I'm going to give a shout out to my man OG Law. Shout him out real quick.
My
You know,
brother,
that's right. That's OG.
the
You've
legend.
collaborated with several artists, including Michael Taban, Killer Kel, OG Law. How do you choose collaborators, and what do these interactions bring to your music?
I don't. We just so happen to end up in the studio together. And I never
Just
shut down the opportunity to do work with a gifted, talented individual. So I don't
connect.
set out other than like we discussed earlier, I reached out to
Yeah.
a few artists to try to get some work done
Yeah.
because the journey has been too long that we don't have anything together. But I rarely reach out to try to do work. We just so happen because I'm always working, and I'm one of the top engineers in the city that I get great artists to come in and out like a revolving door. So when
Yeah.
that opportunity hits that we in the same place at the same time, it's the
Right.
right place at the right time.
That's
Let's
right.
get it
That's
done.
right.
You know what I'm
That's right.
saying?
That's right.
So that's normally how it happens. And that journey may go from one experience that we record together, and that might
To
turn into 6 months that we've been recording, or 6 years that we've been recording. So that one open door of us experiencing the studio together
that's right.
always
Right.
develops into something bigger. Yeah.
So you kind of like you stumbled upon, or the
Mhm.
connection is right there. You walk in like, wow, okay, let's do something together. You know what I mean? Just
Mi-
happened just
Mike
like that.
Mike brung Mike had a movement going, Bird of Hate, and he brung some kids. He came to me to record the song because it was an anthem.
Yeah.
Um, Again, T Sharp Productions produced good quality, so he was incorporating live instruments, little kids that he wanted to put in it, rap and singing.
Wow.
And he was presenting it to the city of Philadelphia. So he came to me to get this song done. And again, because of our dwelling and our work ethic in the studio, from that
Yeah.
moment forward, it's just been like, a uphill rise of success. So
Wow. It's been on since.
yeah.
Wow. Wow. We got to talk about the founder. Like you are the founder of P. Shaw Productions,
Yes, sir.
involved in various aspects of entertainment. What is the long-term vision for your production company? Although I know it's all guys doing, but what is the long term, that you can just just come up with? What do you think the long term?
A complex or a compilation of everything you one stop shop. There you go. To sum it all up.
What one-stop
Um,
shop?
One stop shop. So
Wow,
that
wow, wow.
and eventually maybe a label, a record label from the heart of Philadelphia, in the heart of Philadelphia. Because
Okay.
since Philly International, there isn't one. And I hope I'm not like planting a seed into somebody that's ready to move on it right now, because
That's
I
right.
am not. But
That's right. That's right.
prayerfully, because of my good standing, my relationship with so many artists, so many promoters,
Yeah,
um, and things of that nature, and the managers, A&R, in the city, that we could hopefully get together and start, because as the A-list city, give it what it deserves when it comes to presenting and flooding the music out of the city. We shouldn't have to always outsource to other cities that have what we just haven't put together yet. It's not that we don't
that's
have
right.
it. We just haven't
Yeah,
officialized it and put it together yet.
that's right.
So,
That's right.
and I know it's a lot of work. And again, if God hadn't blessed me, because it's not a burden with my family and my kids at the moment, that's something I would have been on, just chasing, as if I
Yeah,
was still 20 something. But because I got so much on my plate, that dream of mine's had to get put on the back burner for a second until
yeah.
I get them established and they get to a certain point that I could
Wow.
say, okay, I can give this all my attention. You know what I mean? But that's
Yeah,
that's the
yeah,
goal, to not only brand as I'm doing now the legacy of P Shaw Productions,
yeah,
but then leave and give my city something to say, this is what he's giving back. Like he was a kid of music, and anybody that's aspiring to do music, go to the school or the label or the
right.
record. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You can
That's right.
always go get your dreams acquired here.
That's right.
Like everything you need. If you don't know it, they'll teach you. If you need it, they got you. If you don't, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I want, just to be able to give back and help in areas that was a struggle for us.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's well said, brother. You know what I mean?
Thank you,
Well
my guy.
said. Yep. And look, and I really I want to thank you, P. Shaw, for taking the time out, man. You took that email when I sent you the email. You came on. You said, it's on. A Vision, we're going to do this, and now you're here, and I thank you for that. I really
Yes,
do,
sir.
man. But I just want to. I got
Thank
one
you for
last
having me.
question, man. Oh, you're welcome, man. You're welcome. And I hope we can do this more and more.
Yes, sir. Whenever you
Just
call me, I'm there, Tommy. You know it.
thank you, man. I just got one last question. What is the best piece of advice you will give to an aspiring artist trying to make it in the music industry?
Be yourself.
You know,
Have a standard. Set your price. And this is just moralistically, not figuratively, like a price
yeah,
number wise.
that's right.
Set your price and don't let any situation make you surpass your price. Not for
Wow,
your soul, not for your life, your integrity, your standards, your morals. Set your boundaries. Know yourself.
right,
Be yourself. And then make sure before you go out into the concrete jungle and at the wicked industry, in case it doesn't change to the things we discussed earlier, because you got a handful to deal with trying to accomplish your musical and your artistic goals. Make sure you know yourself and be yourself going out, because that's what your fans want to see. They want
right.
you. They don't want the person they're going to try to turn you into. They don't want
No,
the music or the messages that they're going to try to get you to portray, or they want you. So be yourself and then set your standard when doing business with these people, and don't ever go past that standard.
wow.
That's it.
There you go. There you go. P. Shaw, the legend, the Philly legend, king of R&B, right here.
Wakanda
Eight
forever.
Vision Entertainment. That's right. Eight Vision Entertainment Spotlight Sessions. I thank you for coming on, brother. I do. You know.
Thank you, brother. I love y'all. I love everybody that's tuning in. Thank y'all for y'all support. Make sure if y'all haven't subscribed or supported Tommy and A Vision, that y'all do so. If you haven't, you should now, because I done came on this joint. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I
P.
love y'all,
Shaw
man.
here.